Hello my lovely angels, this is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! I'm back with another set of 5 perfumes that I need to review for you. 2 of them are from a brand called Nusuk. You better know them as Riffs. So it's Riffs and Nusuk. They have 2 companies, it's like Khadlaj and Lafidi. So they have like the Riffs perfumes and the Nusuk perfumes. So I have 2 from them. And recently somebody did ask me, actually 2 of you asked me to review some of the Nusuk perfumes. So I'm glad they sent me these 2. I have 2 from Khadlaj, and then I have one that I purchased, which I was intending to purchase for the longest time. And I finally did, which is from Al Haramain. Should I start with Khadlaj? Yeah, let's do that. So these 2 are meant to be masculine, if I'm not mistaken, or at least one of them is for sure. This one is one I feel, maybe it's not, but let me just show you both of them first. This is from their private blend, and you have the Musk Ice, and then you have your Tobac Extra. So that's your boxes. I'm gonna do the Musk Ice first. This is how it opens. That's the perfume bottle inside. They have written the notes at the back, which is good. So that's the bottle. That's the cap. Both the bottles are the same. Let me read the notes out for you. The top notes are bergamot and mandarin. Middle notes of lily of the valley, peach and orange blossom. The base notes of musk, mousse and vetiver. Now this is definitely an original creation because it does not smell like anything that I am at least aware of. It does feel like it has some elements of valaya, but not really. Again, the sprayer, very nice. Yeah, like there's something like valaya in it, but I don't know what it is, but it's just a portion of it. The opening is like bergamot and mandarin, which is very fresh and realistic, but it also has that ambroxan. It's the ambroxan. Okay, it's a combination of this. And also I feel like there's peach, right? There is peach, right? Yeah, there is peach. So I think these things are making it smell a little bit like valaya. So think again, mandarin orange with that peach opening, a little realistic. But it has that ambroxan heaviness a little bit, so everybody doesn't like ambroxan or gets headaches. This is not for you. Then you get the soapy lily of the valley with a very, very beautiful orange blossom. The lily of the valley is quite soapy. I mean, think Yardley soap. You know that lily of the valley of Yardley, so it's that kind of soapiness. The vetiver also this like hits like pretty quickly. Within 5 minutes you start smelling the vetiver in this, which makes it a little earthy as well. So this one very much smells aquatic, plus fruity fresh, plus earthy but dry earthy. In simple terms, if I wanted to describe this perfume, I would call it like a very zesty perfume which has mild florals, a little earthiness and a lot of soapiness. So it does smell very, very soapy. It smells like laundry detergent, clean, very, very clean. But think of that zesty thing along with the clean notes. The more the perfume dries down, the heavier it gets. With that musk, it's making it smell a little bit like, not creamy is the wrong word, but you know how that musk like kind of rounds up and gives like a little weight to the perfume. It's not making it airy. Sometimes musk can make a perfume smell airy. This one is weighing it down a little bit. Somehow it smells both watery and earthy, so it smells aquatic and earthy. It does like remind me of valaya quite a bit, but valaya was very strong on that ambroxan. Over here I feel it's present, but it's not that heavy, it's not that heady. Like for me also, ambroxan, it gives me a little bit of headache. Sometimes I even feel nauseous when I spray that, and if I'm sitting in the car or something, like I start getting like more motion sickness because of it. So I try not to wear it like when I'm driving or if somebody's driving me around. But in this, it's very toned down. It does give a valaya vibe, but it's very twisted, like very, very twisted. It has like this very beautiful fresh zestiness to it, which valaya lacks. Like I can think of a person wearing this on an expensive cruise ship. That's how it smells like to me. Like where they take special care of the laundry. You know how clean everything would, you know how it would smell like if they lay out fresh laundry in the room and it came out like a little like warm and still smelling of the softeners and everything. Kind of gives me that vibe, but I don't know why in my head it's like a cruise ship, not a hotel room. Ali and me can both pull this off because like to me this is like a unisex perfume. This is not leaning male or female. If Ali wears it, it'll smell masculine. If I wear it, it'll adapt and it'll smell feminine. Must warn you, I feel it leans a little bit more feminine than masculine. But yeah, I would say it's a unisex. So this is spring summer, no Middle Eastern vibe, unisex leaning slightly feminine. Projection I would say is like 1 to 2 feet. Longevity is like 6 to 7 hours. My rating for this is an 8 out of 10. But yes, it's a beautiful perfume. If you like the DNA of Valaya, and if you want like a very highly twisted one, this is like remotely smelling like Valaya, but then like the zestiness is very, very strong in this one. And you also get like quite a bit of earthiness because of the vetiver, that dry earth thing. You're gonna like this perfume. The celebrity I chose for this was Timothée Chalamet. I don't know why, but yeah, it does feel clean like that. I think because he has like very feminine features, that's why I chose him. The color perception for this is a very, very cool green. I gave this perfume a cool green because even the temperature for this is like cool, and the presence for this is moderate. It's not mild for sure. You can really smell it, but it will not overwhelm you. Now next from the line is Private Blend Tobac Edition, and I can already tell you that this is 10 out of 10. If I hear tobac or tobacco, I'm gonna like it. So that's the box, that's the bottle. It's just like the ice, Musk Ice bottle, but this one is brown. Let me read you the notes first. Top notes are saffron, nutmeg and cinnamon, very spicy. Heart notes of tobacco, incense and orris, and the base notes of patchouli, oud and vanilla. Once again, not sure what this is smelling like, but it does kind of remind me of Red Tobacco by Mancera. I have a decant of that one. I don't wear it very often because it's quite strong for me. This one I feel they just did justice to that tobacco, Red Tobacco DNA. So this is a woody spicy perfume. These are not listed on Fragrantica, so I can't tell you the... Did I tell you the price? Oh no. I'll put the price on the screen because I've not written the price over here because I think it's sold out. So this one smells like a cold but spicy woody perfume. The woods in this are very pleasant. It almost smells like smelling oud chips with incense oil on it, but an incense oil that's very, very, very cooling. This is gorgeous. So I remember now, I know why I have written unisex for both. That one was unisex leaning feminine. This is unisex leaning masculine. Also, just reminding you again, don't be that person. Don't spray the perfume and dismiss it. You need to allow it to sit and settle, especially the first spray from bottles. It's always not what the perfume smells like. If you like release a couple of sprays, leave the bottle and then spray it again, you will get the actual scent of the perfume. Yeah, so opening is cold spicy. Think of all these spices that they've mentioned over here, along with like a little bit of tobacco and saffron mixed together, but the tobacco is not very heavy. The spiciness like settles down, tones down quite a bit, and then you start smelling the incense, which is a very pleasant incense. The incense and tobacco are so very well leveled that the tobacco probably, like, you know, when I keep telling you guys sweet tobacco, this is like one of the sweet tobacco smells, right? It's not very cigar like or strong cigar lounge vibe, I tell you, or cigar shop vibe. It's not smelling like that. It smells like the sweet part of the tobacco mixed with that incense. The spices are almost gone to the background now. I can barely smell them. All I'm smelling is like sweet tobacco and incense, along with like sweetness of vanilla. I have a little bit of oud in here as well, and then like earthiness of the patchouli. And the patchouli here also, it's like the dirty patchouli, but it's sweet as well. The best part about this perfume is that cooling nature, the sweet cooling nature of that saffron stays through and through till the end. The tobacco is the best part, of course. It's toned down so much, and with that incense and that sweet saffron, cold sweet saffron, I don't know, this perfume is so good. This is like, I wish, like, this is what I expected Red Tobacco to smell like, but it did not. It was a little sharp for my nose, also a little bit too masculine. This one, I feel I can wear this without any hesitation. I can pull this off. Any girl can pull this off because it has plenty of sweetness and that saffron, beautiful saffron note. And it's not obnoxious at all. This is the part I want to emphasize, because when people hear ingredients such as oud, tobacco, incense, they automatically assume it's going to be an obnoxious, like a cigar bar vibe or strong. It's not. I almost want to say that this is an absolute unisex perfume and not unisex leaning masculine, but I know a lot of people might find this masculine just because of that tobacco note. So I'm going to stick to the fact that this is unisex leaning masculine. You do have a Middle Eastern vibe in this, but it's a very mild Middle Eastern vibe. This is nighttime perfume. Any weather, I would prefer somebody wears this when they're dressed up a little bit, because it does smell like a formal perfume. The projection is around 3 feet and the longevity for sure is 8 hours. My rating for this is a 10 out of 10 if I had not already mentioned it. I really like this one. The celebrity, I know I've chosen him before for another perfume, but I'm going to choose again Theo James from The Gentleman. You know how his personality was in that. I would expect him to wear a perfume like this. Like, I would not expect him to, I know the persona feels like he would wear Angel Share or something, but I do feel he would smell a little bit more modern than Angel Share. So I would assume he would smell like this. The color perception for this is a dark brown. The presence is mildly loud, if that makes sense. And the temperature is cool. Now next I want to do the 2 Nusuk perfumes before I move on to the Al Haramain. So Nusuk sent me 2 perfumes. Okay, they sent me Malikat and Malika. Let's start with Malika first. I adore this packaging. I always forget how to open it. It's like a quiz, you know, like, yeah, that's how it looks like. The bottles are stunning. The good thing is that everybody has been including the notes, which is so helpful, because sometimes on the net you get like different opinions. Sorry, I'm not finishing my sentences. So there's studs on the box as well. I don't know if you can see it or not. And the bottle is so cute. Look at that. It has like these dangly bits. Let me open the blue one also so I can show you both the bottles together. So that's the blue box. And it's just the same bottle but blue in color. So you have the 2 cute bottles. So as expected, masculine, feminine. In my head I just assumed, because nothing is written on that, Parfum or Parfum. So I just assumed that this is going to be feminine and this is going to be masculine. I do quite like these bottles. They do look a little old school, like vintage, you know, and very like traditional Arabic. But the perfumes are not Middle Eastern at all. So let me start with Malika. And this is supposed to be a Parfum. Some pages have listed it as a Parfum. This is a floral which is not listed on Fragrantica. It's reminding me of a lot of perfume. It's reminding me of J'adore. It's reminding me of Paloma Picasso. It's reminding me of Chastity by Rasasi. It's a very old perfume. But this is like a lotion perfume, if that makes sense. Do you know how J'adore is like a lotion perfume? It's thick and like almost smells like how honey's consistency is, like that thick. So apparently this smells similar to, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Quelques Fleurs Le Original by Houbigant. I'm going to put like the name for you somewhere, or at least in my closed captions it'll be there properly, because I'm 100% sure I've mispronounced the name. So the top notes are ozonic, apple, aldehydic, tarragon, bergamot and orange. Middle notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, rose, carnation, orchid and honeysuckle. And the base notes of musk, ambery notes, vanilla, sandalwood, cedarwood and orris. This is a very perfumey perfume, very classic floral, and you need to appreciate that genre to like this perfume. It's very beautiful. It's gonna stand out, but it does smell like how my aunts used to smell like, if that makes sense. Like the cool aunts, you know, the ones who were like poshy and rich, and you know, when they would come they would smell like just amazing. You know what it smells like to me? It smells like flowers of all colors. Think of white florals, yellow florals, rose, the dark florals, all of them together, mixed with like a lot of honey, musk, amber, powdery notes and some woods. Like this is how it smells like. So there's not really smelling of anything in particular, which is why I'm saying this is perfumey. Just smells like a whole lot of florals in concentration, but if it was mixed with honey. That's why I kept saying it smells like that consistency of honey. And then you would have like a little bit of powdery notes, a lot of musk and amber. That's what it smells like. It does smell very traditionally old school. In the opening, it's a little clean and aldehydic, so you will get confused once it settles down, because you're like, what happened, you know? So, but it happens within like a millisecond, like it changes very. The initial whiff is definitely quite clean aldehydic, you know? But as the perfume like settles down, just starts getting darker, not darker, thicker and thicker. So think of the opening as clean aldehydic, transitioning to very thick, juicy fruits kind of a smell, but perfumey, not realistic. And then that just changes and gives way to this heavy, heady florals with the consistency of honey, or maybe even mixed with honey. The orris giving it like powderiness, and then you dry down off like very heavy musk and amber, and a little bit of woods. It literally is reminding me of some lotion and I can't put my finger on it. But I know that I have used some lotion and I used it a lot and it smells like that. It kind of smells like a mixture of old school lotion and old school talcum powder mixed together. So this is not for anybody who does not like mature scents, but if you appreciate perfumes from the 90s, you will definitely like this perfume. And I like the fact that they made this bottle because these kind of bottles were very prevalent like in the 90s over here in the UAE. Like people would have like dangly bits like this. It would be very like bold jewel tone colors, you know, like these are all very jewel tone. It looks like a jewel and very dressy bottles. The bottle is very pretty, by the way. I don't know if it's doing justice on screen, but here it's like very, very cute. So I will conclude this perfume review with, you need to like heady, heavy florals and a perfumey perfume which is backdated, like mature and like probably like you would consider this as old school. You need to appreciate those to like it. It's ultra feminine. I think you can wear it any weather, probably in the evenings because it's a very, very heady perfume. And heady, let's underline it, make it bold and put it in like inverted, what do you call it, quotes, so that you know that that's like the description, heady. Projection 2 to 3 feet, longevity 8+ hours. It's like, I'm gonna give this a 7.5. I like the perfume. I like it. You know who's gonna appreciate this perfume? If I give this perfume to my mom, she's gonna absolutely adore it. You know, she's gonna love it because this is her generation kind of perfumes that were very, very popular back then. She's gonna be pleasantly surprised to smell it again. So I know there's a market for this perfume. I honestly don't know what celebrity I wanna assign this to. Like if you can think of somebody, just let me know. But you know, the only thing it's reminding me of is like one of my aunts. She was very poshy, you know, at that time, and she would smell like this. Like I remember like her wearing very expensive perfumes. And the color perception, I would call it the rose color, the dark rose, the red rose color. The temperature is cool and the presence is definitely bold. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Malikat, which is a sheeper fruity fragrance, and this is apparently for men. Now again, I don't know what this smells like, but it does smell a little bit old school, but also not. With this particular perfume, I have a feeling I'm not going to be of much help. I'm going to rely on the notes to make you understand what it smells like. But again, this is a very perfumey perfume. Again, it smells very old school, masculine perfume. So I think that's what they were going for. Even with the packaging and everything, they meant it to be old school, I feel. And they are reviving like perfumes of that generation. The top notes for this are apple, citrus, fruity and mandarin. Middle notes of orange blossom, magnolia, marigold, musk and narcissus. And the base notes of cashmere, cedarwood, sandalwood and amber. This again is cool. It smells cool. It smells like almost like an oil we used to have back in that generation. So that's why I feel like these are definitely traditionally Middle Eastern, new word again in Simin's dictionary, joining two words, Meeston. Middle Eastern DNA. Maybe they were like also in the Western world, but these are perfumes I think from the generation of men who would wear it from Dynasty or Bold and the Beautiful or Dallas or like one of these shows. Like literally takes me back to those days, you know, where everybody was blingy, like animal print, gold jewelry, chunky stuff on their hands. So by the way, these are approximately $30 because for this one I've written the price for some reason. So it's approximately $30 for 100 ml. So it opens with like strong fruity notes and you can quite clearly smell the very, very fruity nature of this perfume, while Malika was very, very floral. This one is leaning super fruity, but as with perfumes from that generation, you cannot identify apple, citrus, fruity, you can't. It's all like a mixture of like some kind of perfumey fruits. Doesn't smell like fruit punch or fruit bowl or anything that I can compare it to. It's just a very perfumey, fruity note. Then you have orange blossom, magnolia, marigold, musk and narcissus. These are like heady perfume, the heady florals, right? And that's exactly how it is. This again, although it's cool, the opening was quite light. In the middle, it starts getting a little heady with that, especially because of the narcissus and the magnolia. In the dry down, you have like creamy notes, you have musk, you have cashmere, cedarwood, sandalwood, amber. This is all giving it not just like sweet quality, but also a little bit of warmth, a little bit of that silky, creamy feeling. So it's definitely like a very smooth perfume. I wish there was a little bit of tobacco or something in here to stand out. But I get what Nusuk Perfume was trying to do. They're trying to create or recreate the essence of that generation. This is just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. But This is just how I'm feeling. And if you appreciate perfumes from that generation, by the way, this one I think is unisex. A girl can wear this, a woman can wear this, not a girl. This is not suitable for younger generation for sure. You're not gonna like these perfumes because they are very, very mature. I do prefer Malikat over the Malika. This I feel I can wear it. The other one, I think my mom will like that one. It's not for me. So this one for me is an 8 out of 10. It's unisex. I won't even call it unisex leaning masculine. It's very, very unisex. I think you can pull this off all day during spring, summer. No Middle Eastern vibe. Projection is 2 feet. Longevity, I would say 7 to 8 hours at least. And again, I have not decided the celebrity. Like, I just could not, because my brain is not working. It's like, it's not my generation. I know a lot of actors and actresses from that generation. And probably I would like, we used to watch Bold and Beautiful. I don't know why. We used to watch that. So we were all addicted. My father, my mom, all the kids. We used to all sit and watch that crappy soap opera. Like now when I watch it, I'm like so cringe, you know? But like I feel like everybody could relate to one character or the other. And like I was a kid back then, so it was like a weird thing to watch with your parents, you know, it's strange. But yeah, like I don't know, like somebody from that generation would be wearing this perfume. The color perception, although they have given it a dark blue bottle, actually, you know what, does kind of smell like dark blue. I have written over here aqua blue, but no. It smells like a dark blue. It smells aquatic but dark. The temperature for this is cool and the presence is bold. Now, we are on the final one. So I know like there was a time everybody was asking me to try this perfume. And you know what? I had tried it and I had not liked it. But then I was like, why is everybody liking it so much? And then I was like, oh my god, it smells like Dama Bianca. So this is Al Haramain Junoon Noir. This is a very, very old perfume, by the way. So it's a super old perfume. I'm sure you've seen this like I just bought it because I was like, you know what, Dama Bianca, let me get it. Thing is, I love Dama Bianca. I like it quite a bit. Although I'm not so fond of like sweet, powdery perfumes, you know, especially things which have like a lot of violet, orris and, you know, iris and all these notes. I usually don't gravitate towards those, but I was like, you know what, let me just get it because, you know, recently I tried Dama Bianca and I really, really liked it. So I was like, let's go for it. So, Junoon Noir bottle is like, feels like it's made out of, they've cut it out of the earth, out of a marble slab or something, or granite or something. The sprayer is crap. It's so rare that I say that, like, it's so bad, the sprayer. And yeah, as expected, I'm not very fond of it because this is, again, I feel like all these perfumes are quite old school. Like, I feel this is very, very old school. To me, to my nose, like things which have like a strong violet and iris powdery like notes, I usually don't appreciate it. What interested me was especially because it had kumquat and I was like, interesting. Let me like, you know, I was expecting it to be a little bit fresher. And I'll tell you why. Because of the top notes. They say kumquat and lime. So I thought kumquat and lime. Lime. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like, the opening will be like super fresh. So when the florals come in, it's kind of going to be like, you know, powdery, but at the same time fresh. It's not. It's very kumquat heavy for sure. But then all you get is like more of like your violet, your lily of the valley. It almost smells like a water lily or lotus, you know, like very strongly that kind of aquatic floral. It has jasmine, but honestly, I can't smell the jasmine. Let me tell you the notes. Top notes are kumquat and lime. Middle notes of orris, violet, jasmine and lily of the valley. And the base notes of vanilla, musk, sandalwood and cedar. Yeah, the kumquat is like, you can smell it. Lime, you can't at all. Probably like if I mix this with like a more citrus heavy perfume, I will like this one, you know. In the middle, you start getting your typical like powdery perfume, but also a little creamy and lotion like again. Like a lot of people will find this very, very pretty, very girly girl, very like, you know how girls used to pretend to be bimbos, you know, pretty bimbos. Sorry, I don't know if I'm being mean or something, but like it just smells to me like a bimbo smell, you know, like somebody who's very pretty but who pretends to be dumb. If you absolutely like violet and orris perfumes, the powdery perfumes, you're going to love this one. The thing is, if I smell this on somebody else, I'll enjoy it. If I smell this on somebody else, I would actually probably love it and ask them what they're wearing. But you know, since I have this in my collection, I have not worn it a single time. So let me tell you what it smells like from the opening, you know, for people who don't know what Dama Bianca smells like. So it opens with that kumquat. The lime is more like a herbal note than lime. It's not like citrus at all. And then you have these florals that almost translate as a candy smell. I don't know if you can relate to that or not, but violet to me is like a lot of times translates to like a candy smell. So you have that candy violet scent mixed with the orris note, which is powdery, and that's how ultimately the perfume smells like, with the dry down of cedar wood and musk. That's all I feel this perfume is. Oh sorry, little bit of vanilla as well, because the vanilla you can definitely smell it in the dry down. So vanilla, musk and cedar wood in the dry down. It smells very romantic, very Bridgerton, like, I don't know, like, you know, imagine like one of the girls in Bridgerton wearing like a lilac gown, wearing this perfume, walking through gardens. I don't know what they do in Bridgerton, but they keep walking around in gardens and near lakes and watching swans or something. I don't know, it's giving me that Swan Lake kind of vibe. So yeah, like think of it as a very, very vintage. Some people might think it smells like vintage makeup, vintage talcum powder. To my nose, it smells like a proper vintage perfume, because I know a lot of my grandmas, this is not even aunt level, this is like grandmother generation. They used to have perfumes like this, very, very powdery, you know. But I know a lot of people will like it, and what I'm going to do with this perfume, I'll try to find you a good layering combination for this. If you have it and you don't like it, then I'll try and suggest something for you. Feminine, I would wear this anytime during daytime. Noble Eastern vibe, 2 to 3 feet projection, longevity of 7 hours or more. My rating for this is a 7.5 out of 10. It's a nice perfume, no doubt, but it's just not my vibe. Celebrity season 1 girls. That's the, I don't know which girls. I'll put picture of like somebody or maybe all the girls. It's like that's the celebrity image that I'm getting. The color perception is lilac, temperature is neutral, and the presence is moderate. So that concludes my haul for today. Nusuk was sent to me by Rifsa Nusuk. Khadlaj was sent to me by Khadlaj. Did I say Khadlaj was sent to me by Khadlaj? Private Blend was sent to me by Khadlaj. Al Haramain I purchased myself, and I did pay a lot of money for it because this perfume is still expensive. It was $55. So I bought it when it was not even discounted. So yeah, for a perfume that I don't like too much, I will still keep it because it's a classic perfume and I do feel like I can make it work. So I'll leave it at that. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.